Hello, everybody. How's it going? We're here for the pregame show for the in-season tournament knockout games. There are two games on today, and we are excited to talk about those games. I'm really excited to see how these games look, the intensity. Obviously, the winners of these games are going to get that extra boost in having a game on Thursday for fantasy purposes. It's going to be a weird week. Don't be negative about it. It's okay. It's not a disaster. It's week 7. We'll be all right. Things will be fine. It's not shit. It is okay. And I know some people have got this real negative attitude. And I know people seem to think that I'm this real negative, I hate everything guy. I don't think that I am. I think I'm relatively positive on most things that are new. Most things are happy to embrace things that are happening and sort of be okay with the things sort of happening. My issue gets to be when people make continual bad decisions and bad choices. That's where I end up having issues. And I think this is all okay with the tournament. I don't think we need to worry about it too much. It's going to fade into insignificance when we head further into the season. It's a wonky week, but it's fine. The games are going to be fun. The courts are fun. We learn something new. It's going to be cool. I'm excited to see how it all shakes out. Halliburton and Obi Toppin are playing. We don't have the lineups yet, but I'm going to throw. They're going to come really soon. I'm going to throw the lineup screen up so you guys can see it. How is everybody? Good to have you guys here. Always good to have you guys in attendance and ready to go. All right, so there we go. There's our projected lineups for these games. We're going Holiday White, Brown, Tatum, Horford. That will 100% be the one. And then the Pacers, Halliburton, Hield, Brown, Toppin, Turner. I'm expecting that'll be the case as well. In terms of statuses we're waiting on, none. We're all good. Everyone is available. There's no questionables. There's none of those tags at all that we're waiting on. So that's good news. All right, let's see. Jack, any idea if or when the sound drops will be back? They will not be back. I can't get them back. It's a copyright thing. I can't put them back. I'm going to eventually be putting new little things in with a little bit of music in them, but they're not going to be the same sound drops that we've used in the past. I can't do it. They're not coming back. Unfortunately, I wish that I could, but I can't. In weekly lineups for game week 7, have you prioritized IST team starters over slightly highly ranked? No, not at all. Doesn't make any difference. In a weekly lineup league, everyone's playing 2 games. Play your better players. The only thing I guess you would think, right, is that you get a few more minutes out of those guys. But I'm just talking about when I've projected the week out for those players, I've already added those extra minutes onto those guys. So again, I'm still just taking the better players. So yeah, that's yeah. ESPN points for today: Horford over Monk, Middleton over Beasley. I'd want all of them, to be honest. Horford over Monk. Yes. Middleton over Beasley. Probably go Beasley. I think you could play 15 more minutes, so probably go Beasley. Yeah, that's tough though. If you're in good standings in a 12-team league, would you suggest possibly buying low on Scoot? 100% I would, yes. Don't look now. We've got to get a little bit ahead of this, right? We've got to get ahead of this because Scoot is starting to look better, but people haven't caught on. He's going to be better. He's starting to look better already. Josh, I'm trying to understand. Jordan, hopefully this is going to be, I'm guessing, the last time I talk about this because I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again for you and for everyone else because I know everyone doesn't listen to what I say all the time, and that's cool. We get that. Try to understand. You got Neesmith. So if the Pacers lose today, they play USA Wednesday? No. This is what happens, all right? Everyone settle in, get a drink, get ready to talk about the in-season tournament. The Pacers lineup is confirmed. The Celtics lineup is confirmed, by the way. It is the ones that we expected. This is what is going to happen in the in-season tournament. If you lose today or if you lose tomorrow, you will play on Friday for your second game. If you win today or if you win tomorrow, you will play on Thursday. That is it. There is nothing more complicated about it. If you lose today, you play on Friday. If you win today, you play on Thursday. That is it. Honestly, there is literally nothing more to it. That's all you need to know. And I know that the app won't have those games in because the app doesn't have the games in because we don't know who they're playing. But that is literally all you need to know. Yeah, there you go. No game reflects on Yahoo Fantasy app for any idea why. Well, it actually appears on my app. I don't know why it doesn't on other people's. It's just an error. Don't worry about it. It is an error on the Yahoo app. Don't worry about it. How many players do I think each team will run in their rotation? I think each team will go one fewer than they do in regular season games. Who do I think wins these games? Boston and New Orleans is my guess. New Orleans. Is Neesmith still a solid stream with OB in? Yes, I believe he is. Look, you're not going to find many good streams today anyway. So Neesmith's a great one. I don't know, Flame. Why can't the NBA make the championship game count and have another day where they don't schedule the teams that played in... I don't know. I don't know why they can't do that. I'm not sure why they made that decision. Doesn't really bother me that much, to be honest. No, Nick. If the Pacers lose today, they play on Friday. Will Trey Murphy be a 12-team must-roster player? Sam, he already is. What's my take on Asar? Should we consider trade talks? If you are trading now, it is the worst time to trade. Do not trade away now. I have no confidence in what the Pistons are going to do, but I'm definitely not cutting bait after 2 games. We already saw it. If you cut bait on Jaden Ivey after 1 game, well, he started the game after. I'm not saying he played well, but he moved back and started. A little bit of patience is required. Yeah, I'll probably end up dropping him at some point, but have some patience. Played some pickup with Kingy last night. He's got a sweet jumper. He's huge as well, isn't he, Josh? He's like 6'6". He's a big boy. Any chance we have Kyra Lewis stream today? I wouldn't think so. Why would Kyra Lewis play today when he hasn't been playing when everyone's been injured? I would come back and tell me I'm wrong later on if it happens, but why on earth would that happen? I think you're clutching at straws there. Is it worth dropping Jaime Jaquez for a streaming spot in a 10-team points league? Yes. In a 10-team points league, Jaime Jaquez is 100% not a must-roster player. Should you drop Mathurin for Kelly Oubre in 16 teams? 100% yes. I'd like to wait until Mathurin plays today if you can, because you get an extra game in, but long-term, very clearly. Why do the Pistons fans think it's not Troy Weaver's fault and that some advisor I've never heard of? You're talking about Arn Tallum, who is the guy who's sort of ahead of Troy Weaver. I don't know. A lot of Pistons fans have turned on Troy Weaver. I'm not really sure why they don't think it's Troy's fault, but the other guy, Tallum, definitely has a say in it. Will Alvarado get minutes? I guess so, but I wouldn't think many. Is Pritchard a solid stream? Yeah, but maybe 10 minutes. I don't think he's going to play a huge amount. Are kangaroos like deer in Australia? I don't know, mate. I've never been anywhere where deer are abundant. Kangaroos aren't that abundant here either. We live in down near a creek and like a sort of gully ravine thing down the back of our house. There was a kangaroo once up here on the street, and that's in 43 years of being alive. That's literally the only time I've ever seen one outside of when you're driving rurally and they're in paddocks on the side of the road sometimes. You could very easily come here to Australia and never see a kangaroo unless you go to a zoo. Every team is guaranteed 2 games. Yes, every single team plays 2 games this week. You're streaming McConnell and Pritchard. Tim, I'm not certain McConnell plays. He might, but I'm not certain. Any chance the final game will be like an all-star game vibe? No, I think it's more like going to be a playoff game. It's a good question, Matt. I have absolutely no idea what happened, what the rotation's going to be like. No idea. Rui and Vando will play, but it's going to impact Wood. Hayes will probably be out. I don't know what happens with Christie. It's still a big problem. All right. Let's go. Just make sure I check news. I saw something in the chat here that is disturbing. Spewing about Riley Sanders. Is that a lie? I haven't seen anything about Riley Sanders. I know that's AFL guy, so don't worry. It's not NBA. What happened to... He tore his AC... I did not see that. Are you lying to me? Are you trying to piss me off? When did this happen? Why did I not see this? Trying to scroll through news. You're lying, yes? All right, now I'm pissed off. Miles Bridges top 50 rest of the season? Probably. Does milk come in bags or gallon jugs? Timmy, good question. In bags, no, we're not crazy. And gallons, we don't have gallons. It comes in bottles, sometimes in cartons, but it comes in like plastic bottles. And like they're usually 2 liters, could be 1.25, but we don't have gallons. Am I scared of the big boys in the industry pickup? Mitch, why would I be? I'm on top, mate. I've already beaten you. Why would I be scared? I am undefeated, very clearly on top, so obviously not. Are you scared of me? You should be. How much is Steven Silas influencing the Pistons? I would say not at all, but it is annoying that he's there. What is my level on Yahoo Fantasy? It's a good question. I think it was platinum last year, and then because I only have one league on Yahoo, right? And then it dropped. I think it's down to gold now at the moment because I don't play on Yahoo. I can't play Yahoo Cash Leagues. I can't play Pro, whatever they're called. I can't play them. I'm not allowed to, right? So I can't do any of that, and I don't have any. I have one league there, so I'm not grinding through against a bunch of chumps and building my numbers up. I just don't play there. My leagues are all on Fantrax. So I think I moved from platinum down to gold last season because I finished, I think, 6th in that league. Basically, you need to win today to get a good schedule. Correct. Scoot or Ben Simmons rest of season? Honestly, I'm going to take Scoot. I have no trust in Simmons getting healthy at all. Yurtseven or Isaac for January through March? Neither. I don't think Yurtseven's going to be in the rotation January through March. And Isaac, well, it's probably Isaac then. In that case, it's probably Isaac. Did car insurance fully cover my damages? I went for an assessment with it yesterday. I haven't heard back. They're going to cover it outside of the excess that I've got to pay, but I haven't heard back. I just had the assessment yesterday. What do the winners get for winning the tournament? Every player gets $500,000. Coaches get a bonus. They get medals and a trophy. Mason, you're a liar. That's cool. Yeah, everywhere. Lockie, I've actually got a kangaroo in the backyard. There's literally no kangaroos. They're nowhere. Do I like the East-West conference system in the NBA? I think it's a little antiquated, to be honest. I'm not sure it's necessary. I know that there's like travel stuff, but honestly, they're traveling across the country the whole time anyway. And 3 of the teams in the West are more East than some of the teams in the East, or it's close anyway. New Orleans, Memphis, and Minnesota's pretty close to where Chicago is anyway, and Milwaukee. They're pretty close. So I think it's a little antiquated. What's this question? Taylor, how many 2 games when a Thursday wins Friday? Okay, sure. There's no English in that, but good for you. Anthony Simons is practicing. What's his timeline? He might be back Wednesday, if not Friday, it looks like. So when I did the injury update today, we didn't have that news, but it looks like he's back this week. Is Horford must roster when KP is back? No, he is not. Would I rather Obi or Keegan tonight? I'd rather Keegan because, A, I think that the Kings have a better chance of winning than the Pacers, and B, Keegan has more long-term value than Obi. What beer did I have in the pint glass the other day? I don't know, because I've got a beer tap at home. I can't remember what beer is actually in the keg at the moment, so I'm not sure. Do I like guys like Craig or Williams? Torrey Craig, Pat Williams after the Levine trade? I don't like Torrey Craig at all. Pat Williams should be rostered now, but so much can change depending on what comes back in those deals. Any chance Middleton pushes to 30? I would think yes. What's up with Obi? I don't know where he is. I think he's in bed. We just went out for a walk before, and now he's back and sitting in bed waiting for me to finish. Is Boyan a reliable long-term pick? In 10 team, I think he probably will be on the back end, but yeah, grab him. How often do I come to the USA? What are my thoughts regard to standing of living compared to living in Australia? How often do I come? I was there last year. This year in July for Summer League. And that was the first time I'd been since 2019 due to COVID. Otherwise, I try to get there every 1 or 2 years. Standard of living, I don't know, because I come to work and then I'm on holiday. So I don't really know, right? Like I don't go and live out in a suburb somewhere. There's actually no need for me to move to the US at this point with the job that I do. It's actually way better for me to be here to do it. If my job ended up changing, who knows? But at this point, no need to. I would, at some point, maybe I'd buy a house over there to come over, but I don't know. That would be, who knows? Am I close to finishing? And why do it while working? What on earth are you talking about? Am I close to finishing? Man, I haven't even started. Am I close to finishing what? What did I say that needs to be discussed there? I can't remember. In any way, what ways, if any, would you change about the in-season tournament? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. Nothing has stood out as a big problem to me. I'm sure they would think of something. I like the point differential stuff. Nothing. There's nothing that stands out to me. Is Goga a drop? He's definitely going to become a drop. And if you need to open up a streaming slot for today, then do it. Have I considered visiting Korea? Tom, you asked me this yesterday on Twitter. I said, hey, get the Korean tourism department to pay for me to come over. I'll come over. Have I considered? Yeah, my partner's been to Korea. She really loved it. We might get there at some point, but I don't know when. Can I explain the term usage? Yes. Usage is the percentage of plays that a player finishes when they're on the court. There's only 3 ways that you can finish a possession. You take a field goal attempt, you take free throw attempts, or you turn it over. So if you have 30% usage, it means that 30% of the plays when you're on the court, you are the one who ends them. That's what it means. There are other terms like true usage, which takes into consideration your actual creation ability, how many assists you're setting up, how often do you have the ball and turnover, all that sort of stuff. But actual usage is just that. Is Brogdon a hold when Simons comes back? Yes, Barry, but I don't think he will be. Right? There's no point in that sort of... Look, we just don't know... we just don't know what they're going to do. I expect that Scoot and Simons and Sharp end up being their starting 1, 2, and 3, but at the moment, Scoot's coming off the bench. So we hold Brogdon, we see what shakes out, and then we move on. Or we sell high if we can. NBA Radio have been calling for more games in season tournament. Why? I don't think it's necessary. Sure, you could do it. I don't think it's that necessary, though. Is Cole Anthony a drop? I wouldn't think so. He's playing awesome. Why would you drop him? Is this a bad week for fantasy for those going against a team with high-value players in the tourney? Will they play more minutes? They probably will, yeah. But again, it's 1 week, man. I'm not going to get worked up about bad or good weeks for that sort of reason. Bring back Built Bar. Tell Built Bar to sponsor me then. Do I watch college football at all? I used to watch a ton of college football. I don't really get much time now. What do I think of the playoff system? Why do I think it's awful? I think the playoff system is better than the old bowl system, right? But the way that they run it is ridiculous. I know they're expanding it out to 12, and it's all, but we're going to make sure we have a good matchup. You don't really. You just sort of have to get the better teams in there. So this nonsense because TCU got smacked last year. Oh, well, smackings happen. They also won a semi-final to get through. So, we're not going to put Florida State in because we're not sure they're going to be good enough, and Alabama will give it. It's bullshit. Realistically, it should be a playoff field with you got to win your conference tournament to get in. So all conferences get into a playoff, and then there's some wild cards that get selected through. It's really all it should be. Do I think Ken Murphy starts? I think he's a chance that he starts over Herb Jones. I don't know that it matters much. Yeah, I don't know that it matters much. What are my thoughts on Kobe White rest of season? He just got to be rostered. Look, when Levine does return, if he does return, it will reduce some of White's value. But White was starting to put up value before Levine got hurt anyway. How close is Poole to being droppable? I don't know how to answer that, Pedro. To me, I'm just not dropping him. I'm just not, unless they bench him and play him 20 minutes a night, I'm not dropping a starter who can get 30-plus usage, who can be a good free throw guy, who can score, can hit threes, can get assists, who's in a dreadful slump at the moment. And the minutes are frustrating, but I'm just not dropping that player. Who am I getting off the waiver wire? Jaime Jaquez, Josh Richardson. Who's there that's good, that's going to do better than that? Do people ever say hi in public, and am I amenable to it? Yes, they do, and yes, I am. It doesn't happen that much here. It happened a couple of weeks ago. I was out for dinner, and there was a guy there who recognized me and asked for a photo, it's cool, man. My family all laughs at me when it happens, but it's cool. But it doesn't happen that much. If Trey Murphy is available, is he a pickup? Bogan? I assume in Boyan. Lively and Wiggins are also available. Man, you're going in a really shallow league. I would look at Murphy, yeah, but look, it looks most likely that league is extremely shallow, so you can just stream in your back end. Are there really only 4 days of games this week? No, there are 5. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Is Isaiah Jackson a stream today? I mean, sort of, Brandon. They're playing a lot of Obi Toppin at backup center, and I wouldn't be shocked if Isaiah doesn't play. If they just go Turner and Toppin, I wouldn't be surprised. So sure, but there are better ones out there. What does Jar do to the Memphis guys? Memphis guys are overall not the greatest. We assume nobody loses to Jar returning. No, they'll lose. Bane is not going to have the same usage. Jaren won't have the same usage, but he probably gets a better efficiency. And then, all these other spuds that are stepping up, Aldamas and Roddies and Vince Williams and bloody Jalen Noel, they go to nothing. Right, so Bane will take a hit. Jaren might stabilize a little bit through a bump in efficiency. Who's winning the starter 3 in Memphis? Roddy Williams or Aldama? It's actually Smart. Marcus Smart will be the starter there. For now, they're just going to rotate through guys. and nothing will be set. Daniel Gafford to the Rockets to replace Arster. Ooh. I assume you mean Jock Lando. What do I think? I think, why would the Wizards do that? What are the Rockets giving up to do that? Gafford as a backup behind Şengün is excellent insurance behind Şengün, but what are the Rockets giving up to do this? Do you get Anthony Simons from? Yes. Why wouldn't you? Yes, of course you do. What's the likelihood of Fultz returns this week? Honestly, I'd just be guessing, mate. Like, I got no idea. There's no information out here at all, so I'll say no, but who knows? Do I see Monk getting more than 30 minutes? I think he probably gets 30 today. Cam Thomas is the real deal, admit it. People have a real, apology fetish. Like, they get home and jerk off and just say you're wrong, mate. Just say you're wrong. I need something to, come to. He's not the real deal. Like, what is he? He's a good scorer who's a very, very good scorer who still doesn't contribute significantly to team basketball at a high level. He's improved. Atani's been really good at that role. He's nowhere close to an all-star. I don't think he ever is an all-star. He's a solid scorer who shot 30% from the field last game. But if you need something to put in the spank bank, Cam Thomas is the real deal. I'm so sorry, Cameron. I got it wrong. You're actually awesome. I apologize deeply. What's the odds that Jokic becomes considered top 10 of all time? Probably higher than you think. How far off is he? He's probably not there yet, but Jesus Christ, he's really good. So yeah, probably not far off. The Rookie of the Year voting is influenced by bigoted vote. What on earth are you talking about? What's the bigoted voting that is impacting Rookie of the Year? What on earth are you talking about? Had a fantasy basketball show on a major television network. If you could have anyone, who would you want to be your co-host? I don't know, mate. That's a really good question. I've never thought about it. I've got lots of people who I am friendly with in this industry and I've worked well with over years and years and years. But how do I pick one of those guys? I don't know. And most of my work, again, I do by myself. So I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think more about that. Trey Murphy and Asar Thompson for Beal. I wouldn't be trying to get Bradley Beal at this point. Do I think Trey Jones goes back to starting? No. He hasn't started at all this season. So no, I don't. What's the upside in Şengün? His upside overall is top 15. Is Lively top 75 rest of season? I doubt he's that high. Which league do I want to win most out of? Industry, 30 Deep, Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl. Locked On Fantasy Basketball Bowl's got the most money in it, so it's that one. Probably Industry Pickup is the one I want to win the most. 30 Deep is just so hard to win. You cop a bad draft pick, which I did at 21 or something. It's so hard. And then, Porzingis was my third pick or second pick, and Marcus Smart was my third. So I can't do anything. That league is a lot of luck. Industry Pickup, I think, is the one I want to win the most. Locked On Fantasy Basketball, again, it comes down to a little bit of luck winning overall, but it's probably Industry Pickup. Because we really want to push that into something important as well. Where can you see your fantasy teams? I haven't really posted the actual teams recently. I post all the results on the recap show from Saturday's games. You can see all the weekly results there, but I haven't put the rosters up or anything. Who do I believe is in front in Rookie of the Year? It's Chet at the moment. More information on Josh Giddey. Look, more information sort of has come out, but there's still nothing that's 100% concrete. Yes, it was at an 18-year-old club, and she lied about her age. That all seems like it's what's happening, but there's just conflicting information. The parents aren't cooperating with the police, but now they've hired a lawyer. Was it a one-night thing? It apparently happened 2 years ago. There's so much conflicting information. As for a suspension, I don't know. The NBA did not suspend Kobe. So would they suspend Giddey? I guess if he does end up getting arrested and charged, they would put a suspension on that. But again, Josh Primo sexually assaulted a team staff member and he got 4 games. So what would Giddey get in that scenario? I don't know. But if there's no charge, the NBA won't suspend him almost 100%. They won't suspend him. Again, they didn't suspend Kobe. Does Obi Toppin starting mean more likely backup for Isaiah? Toppin started the last game and Jackson only played 10 minutes and Toppin got Toppin got 10 backup minutes as well. So he might, but they could also do the quick stagger, get him out there for 5 minutes, pull him off Giggity, get Neesmith out there, bring Toppin back in to start the second quarter at center, do it that way, and run in the whole second quarter. So Yeah. Jeremy, you can't predict this. Which players will be most predicted by trades? You can't predict it. Don't even try to. Ivy or Scoot rest of season? I think Scoot has higher upsides. That's probably the direction I would go. Is it worth holding Ben Simmons if your IL is full and struggling to stay in the playoffs? No, I don't think so. I think Sasha Vezenkov can start over Barnes in the second half of the season. I don't think he will, no. What is Trey Murphy's ceiling? I would say top 75. No one went back to tell me why the Rookie of the Year voting is bigoted. How tall am I? I'm 6'4". Well, I'm 6'3" and like 6'3" and like 10/12 or something. I don't know. Whatever. I'm close enough to 6'4". Is Jeremy Sohan must roster rest of season? Can't tell you that. Would I have him on my roster now? Yeah. Things change all the time. So grab him now? Sure. Let's see what happens. Yeah. You got to understand that things change a lot. Is Wendell Carter worth stashing? It would depend on what I would have to do that. But yeah. You've given me no other information. What, Mo? What's the WTF about? WTF about? Any Pirtle for OG? Look, again, these trades, guys. Abe, I'm going to use you. Sorry. Get ready to cop some flack. Who fucking knows, mate? Like, if you're going to offer... This is what you guys need to 100% understand with fantasy. I don't know. No one knows. Because you're talking about trading a center for a wing. You're talking about a guy who benefits from very high field goal percentage, good rebounds, some out-of-position assists, but good blocks. Whereas OG, you're looking at scoring, some threes, a decent free throw, and steals. So it could be a dreadful trade. It could be a great trade. It could be a meh trade. Nobody knows. Nobody can answer that. This also might be a points league, and nobody knows. Also, don't need to trade as much as you do. How many more weeks do we need to wait and hold on to Scoot for? I'm looking at probably, Daniel, I'm probably looking to middle of December, so probably another 2 weeks. But unless I'm waiting 2 more weeks, and if there's no improvement, no change in minutes, then I'd move on. But I'm seeing it already. I'm seeing, and I don't know how to quantify or explain this, but I'm seeing a little switch flipped moment happening for Scoot at the moment, and it's like, I can see it happening. And if it keeps happening like that and improving, then I'm holding longer. But in general, 2 more weeks. Is Hawkins now a drop? Or don't drop him like he's playing today. Theoretically, he's in the rotation. But otherwise, yes, 100%. He's not a 12 or 14 team league guy. Oh, no, it's okay, mate. I don't care about you saying WTF, mate. Whatever. People always think every time I say a rude word, a curse word, that I'm being angry or aggressive. It's just how I talk. So, like, if I'm going to be out here saying, like, you know, I wasn't expecting my bad, and you said, like, what the fuck? I go, cool, that's just normal. Okay, I'm fucking tall. Like, who cares? That's not me being aggressive or yelling at you or being angry or anything. So if someone says something, I'll find a question here. I can give you an example. Let me find one that I can really give this example to. Anyway, I can't find. I'll find one in a sec. Am I higher? Here we go. Am I higher on Keontae's upside than Scoot? Fuck no. Like, Scoot is a way higher upside player. But that's not me yelling at you or getting angry at you. Like, I'm answering the question actually real. But, like, no. Like, that's just how I talk. And it's not anger. It's not anything. He literally declines me. What are you talking about? Me? I decline you? I don't know what you mean. Is Hawkins a 16-team points league? Probably. But also no guarantees even in the rotation. I think he will be, but not necessarily. Aussies and swearing name more iconic duo. True. It is true. And it's just not negative. It can be. Tone is more important than words. Have I tried fantasy basketball in the sleeper app? Yeah, it's shit. It sucks. It's dreadful. I'm loving the one-game lock-in format. You shouldn't. It's really terrible. It's not how fantasy is played. It's not how the NBA is played. That app could be the best app in fantasy, except they're too stubborn to do the right thing. And it's annoying, and I've told them this a million times. And I don't care anymore. So I'm going to roast them until they do the right thing. Ridiculous. Why are voters voting Wemby for Rookie of the Year when Chet is better? There's no votes. What are you fucking talking about? There's an example. What fucking votes are you talking about? There is no votes. Who's voted Rookie of the Year? Didn't Chet win Rookie of the Month? What are you talking about? I don't understand. There is no Rookie of the Year voting. Did you see the voting breakdown for Rookie of the Month? Because I didn't. It's also something not to get worked out about because Chet won it. I don't get what's going on. Do you ever think it's worth keeping a healthy player in IR so others in the league can't get any players on your said team if all your players are must roster? Yes. I'm going to get out of here in a second. Yes. But that hamstrings your ability to make any waiver moves. But sometimes you can do that for a day or two, and then one of your guys gets hurt, gets an injured tag, and you can do the switcheroo that way. So sometimes it is worth doing for a few games, but that's probably about it. And that, I think, is going to do it because the games are starting. So I will see you later. Hit the thumbs up. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, we're trying to hit 70K. So if you haven't done that, hit that now. I'll see you later.